closed guard position, and my opponent decides he wants to stand up to break my closed guard. When he does, this is a great time to hit our traditional muscle sweep. To do that, I'm going to punch under the ankle, flex my bicep like I'm going to the gun show. Now, once I have the ankle hooked, I can raise my hips and turn my hips and knees to the outside to make my partner lose his balance and fall. When my opponent's hips hit the mat, now he has a choice to make. Is he just going to allow me to come up for the mount? Or is he going to post on my chest to defend the mount? This is a very common reaction, and when they do this, they're giving up that arm bar by extending the arm. When I see that, I'm going to hook the wrist with my outside elbow, raise my hips, and put my knee on top of the shoulder. From this position, we're going to hit our juju roll. So I'm going to turn my knee towards the floor, hook the back of the head, and do a barrel roll, looking to catch that leg as he rolls through. This slows the roll down, gives me time to do a hip escape, swing the leg over the head, and now I have a really tight armbar. Guys, I'm starting in the top half guard. I like to get my hand on my partner's hip, bring my elbow in tight. My other leg is back. I'm nice and low here. I can invite my partner in for an underhook by just leaving a little space between my elbow. And as he shoots in, what I'm going to do is I got to kill his underhook. So before he gets up to his elbow, I'm going to switch to a reverse half guard here, making sure that my weight is on my partner's shoulder, and I'm starting to drive his shoulder to the mat to try to pin his shoulders flat. What happens is you end up in this position where this arm is right here in front of you. And if my partner's not disciplined with his arm, I can find his wrist, pin it to the mat, and start to get a kimura grip. With this kimura grip, right here, I'm going to make it super tight right off the bat by bringing his elbow up to the shoulder line. I have my hand grabbing his wrist, my wrist is going to grab my wrist, and we're going to roll our wrist to make this kimura grip tight. Now, I'm going to use this to pass his guard. So what I'm going to do is elevate my hips, put my head and shoulder on the floor. I'm going to use my free leg, either my shin or my foot, to free my leg. And now from here, I'm going to continue rolling to the T kimura position. When I get to the T kimura position, I'm going to make sure that I can lock him in and control his movement by driving his hand to his heart, rolling my wrist, and lifting my partner's elbow to the ceiling. Now he's trapped. He has a choice to make. Is he going to try to stay put and defend from here, or is he going to try to turn and run away from me? If my partner stays put, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to build up to my shoulder and my head to bring my knees to the floor. And now I'm going to take my partner's hand and drive it to the mat. I now align my elbow with my partner's elbow. I'm going to switch my hip, putting it on my partner's shoulder, and I step over his head to control his head movement. From here, this kimura is extremely tight. I'm now rolling those wrists, making sure that's tight. And with the wrist pinned to the floor, I'm going to lean backwards, pulling his elbow towards my face, and we get the tap.